All right, I just wanted to do a video here and show a couple short clips and a few pictures I took while I was on vacation in Missouri. Um, I didn't have a lot of time. I was limited on time while I was there, so I didn't really get to do any arrowhead hunting or metal detecting or anything. But that's okay. I wasn't there for that anyway. But I did want to show a few clips here and also show you before we get started. While I was there, I did get to walk around one creek for a little bit, which was cool. But I stopped by my uncle's house, and look what he gave me. He's been arrowhead hunting his whole life, and he's got a lot of cool rocks and artifacts, and he actually gave me these two things while I was there, which was really cool. I forget if this is an adze or just a preform or maybe even a chopper or something, but it's really nice piece, worked all the way around, especially on this side here. Nice material. And he gave me this little thumb scraper too, which I think is really cool because there's literally a perfect thumb flake on this scraper here. You can kind of see that in the light there. He gave me both of those pieces, and look what else he gave me. I've been wanting one of these books since I started doing this. He gave me one of his ID books, and I've already been flipping. I'm still really busy right now. I haven't had time to do much of anything, but I did get to flip through this some. I can't wait to read this, and this is going to come in really handy, helping me ID stuff, I think. So shout out to my Uncle Rick. Thank you very much for these cool gifts here. This book especially is going to come in really handy, but these are going to go on the display here. And then the last thing I want to show you before we get on to the other clips was when I was walking that creek, I found this. I've got this bowl of water here because it shows itself better once it's... Look at that. I found this in the creek, and this was everywhere out in the creeks out there. I'm sure there's way more spectacular pieces, but I only had about 15 minutes, and this was my favorite piece I found out there. Some kind of quartz, I would imagine. I also found a blue ceramic button out in that creek. And Missouri is the land of creeks and rivers. It's just, we don't have in Oklahoma what they've got in Missouri. I mean, it's just chert, creeks and rivers everywhere. It's like every 100 yards there's another creek just loaded with chert. And we just don't get that here in my area. But I'm hoping maybe this summer I'll go back and get to have some time to really do some metal detecting and especially some arrowhead hunting. So anyway, I'm going to show you a few clips. I stopped at a really cool old cemetery. I was looking for a Revolutionary War soldier's grave that's buried there. I couldn't find it. Again, I was very limited on time. I just had a couple minutes. But he is in there somewhere because I've been there a few times over the years. But the cemetery itself is really cool, very old. A lot of, there's some modern graves in there too, but it's mostly people that died in the mid-1800s and some earlier than that, early 1800s. So really, really cool clip. And then I also went by a mine that's by my some of my relatives' house out there. And I've been seeing that mine since I was a little kid. It's really cool. Raw, if you're watching, you might actually recognize this place because I know you live out in that area. Anyway, this clip has gone too long. Let's get on with it. These are some old gravestones. There is a Revolutionary War soldier buried out here somewhere. I'm not sure exactly where. I've seen it before. We've been out here before. But a lot of these gravestones, I mean, you can tell just by looking at them how old they are, but a lot of these are people that have died in the mid-1800s, but there's some that are much earlier than that. Those are probably pretty early there, that rock right there. I want to say it's this one right here. We'll go take a look. you can see depressions all throughout the soil where there's just not even markers anymore. Some of these are so old. I don't think that's it. It says aged 10 years old. Died 1830, maybe. So 10 years old, that wouldn't have been the Revolutionary soldier. See, that's just some of these are just stones. Just headstones. That may have been an actual one that's broken off. Died 1888. Yeah, I don't remember which one it was. We could find it, I just don't have the time. Look at this one. It says gone something with a finger pointing up, so I'm assuming that means gone to heaven. Wow. I don't have graveyards like this in my area. I don't remember the grave being particularly spectacular. It didn't really stand out too much. It was yeah, I just can't remember. It's been a long time. I haven't seen it since I was a little kid. There's another one of these. I guess that was the thing they did for a while. Born 1822. Wow. I bet you can't even read these. You'd have to do a scraping or a charcoal scraping. Whew. All right, so this is the Federal Mine, or the Haunted Mine, as me and my sisters always called it. This mine is right in the area where all of our relatives in Missouri live, and so we saw this mine all the time growing up. Every time we go to Missouri to visit our relatives, the mine it's abandoned now, but it's on state park land. It was built in 1906 or 1907 and closed in 1972. And actually, my grandpa used to work here, but I don't know when. Probably in the 50s or 60s. I'm taking one right now. Okay.